Good evening, friends. Today we are with Major General Harsha Kakkar, and we are very feeling very honored to be here with him. So we will have a short discussion with him. So let's start. Welcome, sir. Welcome to our channel.
You,
Sir, my first question is from youth. Sir, when you hear the word youth, what comes in your mind? First, how today's generation youth should be like, according to you?
the youth of today is basically the future of tomorrow. It is you who is going to mold the country for the future. We are the going away generation. We all are the arriving generation. When I look at you, I see the energy that you have, clarity of thought that you possess, and all of you have a desire and an aim to succeed. That is what we need in India. That is the sort of youth that
Thank you very much, sir. So, sir, today is 14th February. Today's day is little confusing for every youth. Today is Valentine's Day, as well as we can say that today Pulwama attack was in back 2 years. Sir, but today's youth is little confused. When I meet my friends, I meet when if I am talking about 10 friends, 8 of them are celebrating Valentine's Day, and other two are not celebrating Valentine's Day because of today's Pulwama attack, and some between them are confused that should I celebrate Valentine's or not. So, sir, according to you, what do you think that what should we do today?
it is very difficult for me to tell someone what to, because the feeling has to come from within you. You respect those who sacrifice their lives. They were there for a job, they were there for a task, they were there for the nation. That comes
Yes, sir.
first. If you believe
Yes, sir.
that it is your own sort of celebration of Valentine's Day, which is what greater importance, that is your feeling. But the question is, as an Indian, even if you're celebrating Valentine, you must remember those people who laid down their lives on that.
Yes, sir. That's what
And
we want.
remember them, then I think as an Indian, you're doing your.
Sir, if you're talking about fifth generation youth, the today's people want to live in very peaceful manner. वो आराम से रहना चाहते हैं. They want to use technologies. They want to be in a very happy and enjoyable life. But sir, if we come on reality, it is not possible with army, the people of army background. So sir, what is your message for them who are just fifth generation youth?
Comfort is not everything in life. Your life has to be challenges. Your life has to have adventure. Life has to have an element of risk. It is only then that you will really cherish what life is. Sitting in a room, working off a computer, after some time you will realize that's not life. It may look very good when you start. 5 years later, you will. If you take up challenges, if you take up looking at life in a manner in which you are leading, you are involved with, different. But then everybody is not cut for the armed force. The armed forces is not a career, it's a calling. If you feel within you, within your heart, that I must join, not because of a career, but because I feel it is my duty, be a very different. If you look at it as a
Sir,
career, you may not.
sir, as you know, sir, we met on Twitter. Sir, I was using Twitter one night. One lady said, commented on a post of Major Gaurav Arya. She said, "Sir, what's your government is doing?" Actually, Narendra Modi government he mainly was political issues. She said that our army men are not getting good foods. Sorry, good things. He only written things. I asked ma'am that are you talking about ordnance board? If you are talking about ordnance board, it is improving day by day. She said no, I'm not talking about ordnance board. She was an actress, I think. She said that I am talking about the food they try to eat. Then I asked her that ma'am, what do you think that in Siachen the soldiers are having chicken or eggs or paneer or chole bhature? She didn't reply, sir. But this is all what our public think about army. But it's a little challenging. So, sir, my next question is on radicalization in India. Sir, if we come on ground reality, I belongs to the district Siwan in Bihar. Near just side of my district, there is another district named Devariya. Their largest place where I think in 2015-16 the riots were happened there, and again in Balia in 2017 riots were happened. Sir, when I gone to the point why that was started, I came to know that the people are fighting for their past. Not they're not fighting for their future, what is going to be done in our future, not for the present. They are fighting for the past. And so, sir, I thought that I should discuss on this topic about radicalization in India, sir. Would you comment on that?
Basically, as we improve education, as you open, as the country advances, you will find radicalization. Problem comes when you lack jobs, when you don't go down and go through proper education, you are pushed into religious schools, you tend to follow the religion much more, whichever it be, have it in every religion. Tend to follow that belief much more than you tend to follow. Now, that changes once you start working, that changes once the education system changes. So what we need to do, and that is what we are doing everywhere where we have the problem, we are looking at enhancing education, enhancing employability. It is then that you start feeling you have much more in life than just following strictly about any particular. These are phases which will happen. These are phases which will go through. You will find that wherever there is a lot of, that is a difference, and that difference will recede with time. Army, we don't follow any particular religion. Religion of the men is the religion of, and you have what is called, basically it's called the Sarv Dharm Sthal, which is one building which caters for all religions. You find everyone participating in it because that is the feeling, that is the belief. That only changes one.
Sir, the biggest national issues in today's India is Maslai Kashmir, which Pakistan people used to say this word, Maslai Kashmir. Would you comment on that? And would you like to comment on that with some points of 35A and 370?
Kashmir is how today changed. What it was 2 years ago and what it, Pakistan has tried everything to get the Kashmiris in anger. They've tried deploy threat in the form of militants. It is not happening. So it is changing. Now, if you notice, there is celebration because the elections have taken place. District Development Council is now responsible for the. People have realized that the government is serious on development, whether it is industry, whether it is development at the village level, the roads or. So the feeling is that India is where you will gain. So what Pak has attempted has actually failed. Today they know that they stand at a very dangerous position. People of Kashmir who are dying for have said we don't want to be there. We want to be here where we see development. Today when you find that the vaccines are going to J&K as at the same stage at which it is going to the rest of India. And when you're finding that change coming in, you're finding that in POK there is nothing given. You're finding Pakistan cannot even cater for its own. So you're realizing the difference. This realization of difference changing the atmosphere in the valley. The Pakistan attempt to radicalize the valley has failed. Its attempts to create internal disturbance has failed. Its intention to create The enhanced terrorism has failed. So basically, now we are seeing a changed pattern, and maybe in a few years, we'll see the whole system having a radical change and a very, very positive radical change.
Sir, if we see Lockheed Martins, an American company who built aircrafts for America, like F-22, F-21, F-35, something like that, their average time duration from beginning to the end to make a particular aircraft is a maximum 17 to 20 years. Sir, why are Tejas, the LCA, was too slow made in our country? Why its procedures was too slow? And will it going to become fast or faster than before in future?
You have to realize that you are looking at aircraft which are being made and improved. It is not being made from scratch. There is a world of a difference. Start making it without much of international support. Your technology has to develop slowly. That is why the first set of aircraft of Tejas took time. Now, between the Tejas Mark 1 and Mark 1A or Mark 2, as it keeps improving, you will find the time factor reducing because you've got a break in technology. If you look at the similar example of our Agni missiles, from Agni 1 to Agni 5, Agni 6, we jumped very fast. To create the first Agni took us. Same is happening with BrahMos as you're improving. So it is the first break in technology, the first base in technology which takes you a long time. Once you've achieved that base, then improving on technology, giving it more capabilities, giving it more power, which is what our Agnis have done, Prithvis have done, is only improving on that technology which. So we've got to understand that we've taken off from scratch. And now we've come to the stage where we are inducting Tejas. Now improving on what you have is improving a system which you've already developed. That will go faster.
Sir, I totally agree with you, sir. So, sir, we are four friends with every different fields that we have to go from today to our future. One have to go in politics. I have to go to the military field, and the third one is in games. He is a hockey player, and the fourth one wants to become a businessman. We have four friends with every different fields. Sir, I don't know who is going to see this video, but I know that they four are going to see this. So, sir, would you put a message for every youth who is going to see this video?
Basic message is whatever is your dream, look at it, plan for it till the end. Don't give up initially. There will always be setbacks. You may not achieve it initially. It may take you time. But if you have a plan, you have a methodology of achieving your dreams, you will achieve it. Whatever is your dream, you're working for the nation. It may be in any field, but look to achieve it, plan to achieve it, look at the methodology you need to achieve it, look at what are the requirements for you to achieve it. Only then will you achieve your dream. By not planning it all the way through, you will never succeed.
Next question on today's ongoing farmer protest. Sir, I have friends, a group of some friends, and every have their own thinking, their own way to think. But what do you think on this matter?
Everyone has a right to protest, everyone has a right to object. This is a democracy. But when you protest or when you object, make sure that you don't inconvenience others. They're also Indian citizens, they're also paying taxes, they also need to use the space. Secondly, in a democracy, there are methods of protesting. You've got the courts, you've got discussions. Use them. Don't inconvenience. Don't lead it to a position where the nation starts to lose funds. Because after all, we all belong to the same nation. We all are Indians. So we need to work towards India. You have a right to put your point across. You have a right to explain. You have a right to object. But don't do it at the inconvenience of others. Don't do it to cause losses to the nation by taking up measures which are not correct. That is my only thought as far as this is concerned.
Sir, I have faith in them. As well as my next question, I turn to the army. I have faith in all my services. As one journalist asked to the air marshal that you can fight both with China and Pakistan at the same time, he replied that yes, we can do anything, just have faith in the services. So I have also faith in the services, but I know how is gonna army gonna do. Just first of all, sir, as far as navy is concerned, navy PLA navy is not our neighbor, but army and air force are the neighbor of people liberation forces. So how are they going to handle the situation if situation comes that we have to fight both in western wing with Pakistan and eastern wing with China? What they are going to do? Anything that you can tell us?
The forces meant for both borders are separate as far as the army is concerned, and both are in sufficient strength and well trained. The Air Force has the capability and the air power is such that an aircraft can take off from east of India, in the eastern part of India, either with air refueling, it can attack targets anywhere on the west and then land in the south. That is the sort of capability that is available. So there are capabilities, there are forces that are earmarked, and when required, you will find that they are ready, which is one of the reasons why the countries know that India is able